Welcome, everyone, to College Park, Maryland, home of the Maryland Terrapins. Fans have been eager for this clash coming up in what some affectionately refer to as the Snake Pit. A couple of teams trying to stake their claim to being among the best in the country in this top 25 showdown we have in store. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the Clemson Tigers, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Maryland Terrapins. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Polligan, Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Clemson will boot it away to get this one started. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for a lot more on that one. Instead, he's out of bounds at the 14. So the Maryland Terrapins will have some work to do after that short return. And this wide receiver, he's the linchpin to the offense. They want to make sure they find a multitude of ways to get him the football.
And it's a risk-reward scenario on defense when you're trying to cover this guy, Reese, because you play man coverage, you risk him running by you and catching deep balls, you play too much zone, and then he can hurt you after the catch. A lot of different ways. This guy is very dangerous.
From the gun, running back gets to give. Across the 25, he's got room. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Those outside runs, if they can get the edge like they do, great job by the right guard, right tackle, getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes cornerbacks come up and tackle. Safeties come up and tackle, as opposed to linebackers and big defensive players. You get your guy out in space where he can use his speed and his physicality against guys that usually cover and don't come up and make tackles.
Fast motion from the offense. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Tackled after picking up the first down. And the Terrapins are in the hurry-up. And that pass intercepted. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48.
What a start for the defense, and I tell you what, this might start to affect how I call the game and what I think the offense can do, because if this rain keeps coming down and affecting the throwing, this allows me to be way more aggressive on defense. Nice start for this D.
Here comes the offense on first down. With jet sweep pass. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Quarterback checking the play. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Makes a grab over the middle. Working their way closer and closer, a 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
Gonna run it. It's Beckham. Able to make the tackle, but not before he gets 5 yards down to the 21.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Leaves it with the back. Finally pulled down, but not before. Moving the chains for a first down.
And that's back-to-back now. We've seen this running back get it done on their opening drive of the game. That last carry got the first down. So if I'm the offensive coordinator right now, I love the way my O-line's playing, and I love the way this guy's toting the rock. I'm going to give it to him again.
Clemson set up with another first down. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Handoff to the single running back. He'll pick up 3 before he's downed at the 6. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They covered half the field with a 50-yard touchdown drive. And they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. On the run from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Yeah, and sometimes the coverage is just great. And as a quarterback, you throw the football away or don't try to force it too tight into a window, and you just say, hey, defense won that bet, good coverage.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Working that left side now. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting first position.
The Terrapins headed quickly to the line. Wants to throw. It's Jeffrey. And the quarterback is snowed under.
That is an awesome play up front right there, crashing that play in the backfield. And it's funny, you think back to Clemson. Remember when Trevor Lawrence won a national title his true freshman year? It wasn't necessarily about Trevor Lawrence. They won that title because of their defensive dominance, especially on the D-line. That may have been the best D-line we've ever seen in college football. And I tell you, sometimes this dude looks like he could start on that D-line. He's that talented.
I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next counting. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack.
Yeah, and the defensive line, third and long situations, I'm rushing the quarterback. You bring in the nickel, a little bit more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack on third down.
And the Terrapins will bring the punt team onto the field. First one of the day is booted away. They ran him out there 4 times in the victory last week. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next.
Running toward the tape. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
Well, there's the offense trying to take advantage of this running back speed. I like the call. Hand off to the left, to the outside. Put him in space and let him go to work.
Here's the handoff. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Tiger.
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They wasted no time on that drive. 2 plays, touchdown just like that. Kickoff team lining up to send this one away. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. On first down, here comes this offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking to the big tight end. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Able to make his way past the sticks for the first down, and the time is going to drain out here in the first quarter. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the first quarter. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Back to pass, it's Jeffrey. Slings it downfield. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in. Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33. The Terrapins moving quickly to the line. Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play. And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far. Starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. The RPO, it's complete. And he'll step out of bounds. Productive play. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Leaves it with the running back. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. Try to move the chains. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown,
just a way to bail out the rest of the team. Start with bad field position, put together a drive anyway.
And very confident. You can see the quarterback just had a bit of a swagger, Reese. He was like, look, all right, we're starting deep in our own end. Special teams didn't help us out, but we can fix that right now, fellas. And they went out and looked so good on that last drive.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. He's got it inside the 30. Touchdown, Clemson. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Maryland has the ball back and the Terrapin offense ready to go. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Out of the gun, the inside give. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5. And the Terrapins want to move quickly. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Snags it over the middle. They make the stop, but the sweet pulling catch is plenty to give them a first down.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback, finding his open receiver on third down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is third down conversion percentage. If you're a great third down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success. That's why teams drill third down so much in practice.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
The Terrapins are moving quickly down the field. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Got a little work done on first down, now back to the line. They'll run it from the gun. Using that running game to bludgeon forward. He's got 4 down to the 35. Third and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down. And the Terrapins come to the line with a new set of downs.
Well, it's a really nice job of the offense mixing it up on this drive. We've seen some nice plays throwing it, and how about that one running it too? Great push up front.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The negative play leaves him with 2nd and 12. They try to pop a run on the draw. How about picking up tough yards like that as he gets to the 22? The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Let's see what they've dialed up on 3rd and long from the 22. To the air, it's Jeffrey. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and it'll be enough for the first down. On 1st and 10, trying to strike from the 15.
Now set up in the red zone.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. Headed to the end zone. Give him 6. Touchdown, Terrapins! After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into them.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. But this was step 1 to getting them back in the ballgame.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Wasn't quite able to shake loose as he steps out of bounds at the 22. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Got a lot of running room. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier.
And you see so many of these plays now in today's football. Wide receiver coming in motion, and the quarterback catches it, just flips it forward. That's a completed pass. You see the big plays where it just lets him get on the edge really, really quickly. And if he drops the football coming in motion, it's just an incomplete pass. So these plays are getting big plays with really no risk. And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Running back goes in motion. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the 1st down before he's dragged to the ground.
Hard-earned yards, man. You got to get these 1st downs any way you can. And sometimes it's not going to be easy, and you can't just do it conventionally handing it off. This offense is going to have to be creative. Football is a game of inches, and you just got to find the angles to give yourself an advantage. That creative play call right there really helped them out.
Snap's going to come from the 23 on 1st and 10. Running back searching for a hole.
The ball carrier is the running back. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. They'll leave it with him. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
I think you run that play so you stay out of 3rd and long. 3rd and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. 3rd and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good 3rd down.
It'll be a run on 3rd and short. Looks as if Clemson will have the 1st down.
Well, as a defense, you know this is going to be a challenge every time you face this offense. They're one of the 25 best in the nation at getting 1st downs because they can pick them up in a variety of ways, including running the football. You have got to be physical when facing off against this offense.
That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A first half that saw a little bit of everything there in College Park. And you know, in a day where the spread option and air raid are the offenses of choice, how nice is it to see the 3 yards and a cloud of dust approach? Although we've also seen some runs go for a lot longer. Physical offensive lines coupled with great backs is like a throwback to the olden days, and that's refreshing. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside the shell.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. The Terrapins will kick it off to start the second half. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Off the play fake on first down. Unloads to the wideout. And the DB right with him to knock it away.
Really nice play by the defender, being in a good position for that deep ball down the field, not letting the receiver put his big body on him, go up over top. The only thing that could have been better is that thing tipped to another defender, and it was an interception, but great coverage by the defender.
Looking for room at the 40. There he goes to the right. The 20. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Clemson.
Well, this guy certainly, from a statistical standpoint, has done everything to deserve a trip to New York City. He has been a big playmaker week in, week out for this offense. Get this, that last touchdown was his 20th touchdown catch of the season. This guy has been unstoppable.
And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28. And the Terrapins come to the line in the hurry-up. Dropping back, it's Jeffrey. Fires to the right. And they'll miss the connection here on third down.
Nice job in coverage on that third and short, defensively taking all the throws and options away from the quarterback, and now we're setting up fourth down.
Trying to play a little field position with that high punt. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Now they've moved it just inside the 40. First and 10 from the 39. Motion from the offense. Quick touch pass to the receiver. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Oh, big juke to get past. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
And listen, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, I love teams that commit to the run, and when it's successful, keep running the rock.
Yeah, David, I think this offensive line right now, they've got a lather going. They're really sort of getting in the groove and flow of this game. They're just getting tremendous push at the point of attack. It seems like every single time they decide to run the ball.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot on the offensive side of the football.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. The give to the tailback. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Now on second down. They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first, an array of possibilities here. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can pick up the first without scoring. The Tigers get enough to move the chains.
I'll say, watching this offense this year, one of the things you have to be really happy about is their ability to move the sticks. This is one of the top 25 offenses in the country in getting first downs. That running back was one of the biggest reasons. He is a weapon.
They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. Touchdown, Tigers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Down by multiple possessions, you can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. They got him. It's a... They're looking at a third down and short from the 33. Quick pass on the fly motion. Can anyone catch him? And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage totals.
And this receiver is so dangerous. There's so many different ways that he can hurt a defense. You got to throw it to him conventionally, but find creative ways to get him the football out in space.
Let's see what Clemson comes up with on first and goal. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Well, you obviously want to get your receivers the football down here in the red zone, but it's tough to throw it to them because the windows are so small. So I like the idea, handing it off to that guy and seeing if he can do something with the speed.
Touchdown, Tigers! And the stomping has commenced. That lead a little more comfortable now as they close in on extending this winning streak.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. They're lining up to boot it away.
Set to kick this one away.
From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Maryland has the ball back, and the Terrapin offense ready to go. That fourth down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down. Everybody.
He's got it down the right side. Oh, look out. I'm sorry you're unlikely to win today, but here's a fabulous party. A late touchdown. The result of this game is going to sting for sure, but you've got to continue to build, you've got to improve, and you can take some positives out of this late hustle and build for next week.
There's always positives. And coaches are always looking for those things that we did well. What did we do well so we can do more of it in the future? Finding some things here late that they did well.
And they tacked on the extra point. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. They're down big, but they'll keep fighting to the bitter end and line up for the onside kick here. They got it, able to recover the onside kick, and they get the offense right back out there. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Looking for a productive play on first down. Looking to throw, it's Jeffrey. Got the quick pass.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts with a big completion on a 2-minute drive, though. Get the momentum started in your drive.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Swings it out to his running back. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Makes the grab, and a nice gain gets it to the 35. We hit the 2-minute warning, and this offense is desperate to make something happen and do it in a hurry. The Terrapins with the 1st and 10. He wants to throw it again. Tip ball, put it up for grabs, and I thought he had it, but somehow it slithered through his fingers. Still on the 35-yard line after that incompletion. Here comes 2nd and 10. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. And they're not on the same page there.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to.
And the ball is intercepted. Taking it the other way. At the 30. The 10. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Tigers. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the fourth quarter as they go for their 6th straight win. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead.
That makes the score 12-6, 52, Maryland 21.
They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Maybe if he could have eluded just 1 or 2 more guys, it would have been a big return, but they'll mark it at the 30. Maryland has the ball back and the Terrapin offense ready to go. This has been an old-fashioned fanny paddling, David. I mean, they've just got taken behind the woodshed.
There's nothing to say. This has been an absolute beatdown. Dominated from the start, Jesse, to almost the finish now. They have done nothing right.
Everyone's going to have a real hard look at themselves, I think, this week after watching the film and practice. And they just got to take accountability. They have to understand, man for man in this offense, they've got to do a better job next time they're on the field.
You love to deliver a punch on the first play of the drive. They've got it at the 46 on first down. Fires to the tight end. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Scanning the field, it's Jeffrey. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the fourth.
This one's complete. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
And I know this football game is over, but we got to keep fighting. We got to keep finding something, some kind of rhythm in this offense, something we can hang our hat on that we do really, really well.
And down he goes, and that's going to do it. Didn't have much of a chance there, and the defense puts an exclamation point on this one. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
And they just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do better. I think the challenge now for this team is going out next week and trying to play with the same type of intensity and the same level of execution.
Well, Jesse, it's easy to look good on the field when you look that good in your unit. Like when you look that good coming off the bus. Those dudes are good. This is a great team, and they proved it. Just domination from start to finish.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.